Okay, it's good to talk to you. Thank you so much for calling. So you saying that you don't think that he gonna beat his case? You
No,
really
I
think
don't
he?
think so.
Why do you think he's not gonna beat his case?
Um, only reason why I don't think he's gonna beat it because if he didn't, I don't think they're gonna allow him to get a change of venue. So if which means he's going to get jury people in that town. Now all it takes is one juror, but I think they'll come to I think they'll come to an agreement in terms of like, okay, if you take this all the way to trial, if it get real bad for you, if you cop out, manslaughter, go to 2 to 20 years. He got a good background. 2 to 10 years. I mean, he's still young. He'll still be out. He still be young. He still will be young. Like I just don't see him in that county amongst his peers getting a fair shake amongst the jury. Now, all it takes is one juror, then he could walk. But it, he would have to get a change of venue. If he get a change of venue, that means a change of judge. See, the judge to me is the most important thing in this whole case because she's the one that's going to give out the time. The jury don't give out the time. So
Right.
two. Yeah, so 2 to 10 years not bad. He's 17. It sounds crazy, like, but it's not. That's still a win in a situation like this. I hope he beat it, but I don't know, man, about Texas. I really don't.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What do you think he would? What do you think he should be charged with?
Um, I don't. I think because again, as it went to the grand jury, I would say because see, like Texas is kind of funny in terms of like how they like so. I think it's like usually this. Okay, I'm trying to answer your question. So say like they'll start with the highest charge and then they work their way down. So I think appropriate charge based on to the grand jury indict him because he's gonna get indicted would have been a manslaughter. So that's if they would have started with the highest one being a manslaughter, then you usually work your way down with the charges. So possession of a weapon or some little funny charge like that. But I just don't. I want him to beat it. I really want him to beat it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like I said, like he's in a Frisco, Texas. I always look up demographics. The demographics that's a white upper class middle scale kind of Republican hub. They're gonna find him guilty. That the white people are gonna find him guilty. The media, the right wing media is already painting him like he's a monster. They've been lying on him. They won't tell the truth. Now, let me tell you, I don't know if you watched that press conference today, but the mother said one key detail. I listen when people talk. I try to catch a detail. She said the Metcalf boys. She didn't try to paint the victim as like some monster. So the mother said one thing that was real cunning and slick for the sharp ear to catch it. She said the boys. She said the Metcalf boys. She didn't say one. So I think once all the facts come out, it might be where both of them tried to attack him. Now, if that's the play, yeah, all it take is one juror based on Texas law, because Texas is always bragging about they can stand their ground, So we'll see. But me personally, like I'm saying, like if he get 2 to 10 years, that's not like a loss. But if he beat it, oh, that's what I'm hoping for. I talk to people, they won't be like in some emotional disarray if he gets found guilty. Like it won't shock me. And I'll let you talk if you got anything to say. I don't mean to babble on.
No. Go ahead. You got the floor.
Yeah, so that's it. And I don't want to change subject, but see, this is an important case because, like, because they made it political. In the '90s, the late '90s, the Democrats they were saying Hillary Clinton was saying young black men are predators, and then once they start putting that message out there, they start acting on they start locking up a lot of black people. So now what they're doing is they've been saying I watch a lot of right wing media. So I got to stomach through it, but I watch it. So now So now the Republicans are doing what the Democrats did in the late '90s. What they're saying is black men, young black men, are dangerous. So that's why it's very important that he came from a two-family household. Also, we have to protect our image. Um, like today in Florida, you had the mass school shooting. They won't. This is what I don't like. Okay, we got a American system. If stuff happen, they show people faces. Okay, you want to put their faces all over the news, put their face. But when these white Hispanics do some crazy stuff, they don't show their face. I'm gonna give you an example. Yesterday in San Antonio, a white boy shot up a school, killed the 14-year-old. They didn't put this little white Hispanic kid face on the news.
Mm-hmm.
Today in Florida, this white kid shot. I mean, it's a national story, but show his face like they do ours. Like, put their faces out there.
Right.
They want to show our face. I want to see their faces. And then in Pennsylvania, you got Ben Shapiro. He'll be running for president in 2028. A white boy killed his parents. You can check that story out. It just is happening. He set the governor house on fire. Had a whole Hitler manifesto. Show his face. Why this is not national news? If you know, I'm in the Northeast, so people in the Northeast know about it. But I'm sure people in the Deep South don't know about it. America's big, so show these people faces. They want to show our face.
Right.
I understand the language. Yeah, I understand the language they're using. They're using Carmelo to say, look, black people are the problem. Now we're not the problem. Like, okay, we're higher in a couple statistical areas. I'm not a person to run from the truth. Okay, we do a lot of homicides per capita, but there's so many crimes: drug crimes, prostitution, human trafficking. All those crimes, these are white and Hispanic crimes. Put their faces out there. But again, right now this is not a good time. But that's what I think, man. I just think the boy Melo, if he gets in my book, if he gets 2 to 10 years, he's 17. He got a good family. His father is doing good. I'm gonna support him. I don't give a damn what them whiteys got to say. So he'll come home to something. And I know guys that did way more time than that, and their lives is doing good. And he got a strong foundation. And I hope he beat it. But if he don't, it still sends a message like, y'all just not gonna be running up on us with that crazy stuff.
Right. And you know what? I definitely appreciate you calling in and also giving your opinion on the case. And I think I was asking you what charge. So without the police being involved, without anybody being involved, and just you looking at the case on your own without anything else, what would you think he was supposed to be charged with?
Worst case scenario, okay, I don't know.
It's okay if you say you don't know. Trust me, because I'm just wanting to hear your answer real quick. But if you don't,
no.
right?
No. I would say that because I know like school property do got weapons. So I would charge you with a misdemeanor weapons charge on school property.
Okay, and right there, let me ask you why. I heard you just say it, but say it again. You said you would charge him with what?
No, a weapon on school property.
Right, that would be the charge. Would you see anywhere in this where he should have gotten a murder charge?
No.
Would you see anywhere? Would you see anywhere in this where he should have gotten a manslaughter charge? You can be honest either way it goes.
No, I'm saying because if a situation pop off, you can get a manslaughter charge by fighting, punch him, and they fall, hit their head. You didn't intend to take their life, but you can get a manslaughter.
But okay, so do you think in this case, do you think he should get a manslaughter charge in this case only, just from your opinion?
I don't want. Okay, because I don't want to say no. I don't want to say yeah because there was a couple witnesses, and only people who got allowed to speak was the living brother.
But let me ask you, with the witnesses that you heard speak, what did you hear them say?
He said that they went over there. They asked him to move.
Right.
They asked him to move.
Right.
And then they asked him to move. He said no. I think it was something like "make me," and they went to touch him. And then. So
stop right there. Stop right there. When they went over to tell him or make him move, see, my question was, do you think he should get a manslaughter charge? But if you don't want to answer it, that's fine, because I'm going to interrupt you so that I'll answer it. From the way I see it, if he get charged with anything, to me, and the facts in this case gonna lead to this. If he get charged with anything, it needs to be the fact that he brought a weapon on school premises. There's no other charges there, and the white people are going to have to eat that. The reason why they're going to have to eat that is because of this. If you got the right to stand your ground, and you're on school property, you're not on their personal property at home, you're not on their grandmammy property, you're on the school property where you're allowed to be. Who gave another student the right to even try to make you move? Number one. Number two, had you not attempted to bully me and harass me to make me move, you wouldn't have known what was in my backpack. Had you not bowled up at me to come and put your hands on me, I wouldn't have had to take cover to get in a defensive mode. See, the question has to start with not the fact that he had a weapon. The question to me need to start with, why was a weapon revealed? Like, how did we get to the point that you had a weapon on you? The reason why we got to that point is because we had another student who don't own the bleacher. He does not own the tent. He don't own the ground, and he damn for sure don't own the school in the air. And he felt like he was going to bully me into moving, and I felt intimidated, and I feared my life, and I'm standing on it. Why am I going to be charged with murder? It's self-defense.
No, listen, Texas set the prep. They always brag about we can stand our ground.
That's right.
I know a lot of other states got it, but Texas, hey, we're number one for that. Okay, so I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
Oh no, it's not a disagreement at all.
No.
Right.
So everything you said it's logic. It's logic, and it makes a lot of sense. But what I'm saying is, I'm only going. Now I'm gonna tell you my opinion.
Right.
What I think happened. It's a lot of opinions, and
of course.
About me, if I'm wrong, I say I was wrong. So what I think happened. I think the brother that died isn't the one that really started. I think the one that's living, I think he the one that actually went over. I think they both went over there on some bully shit.
Right.
That's my opinion. I think the one that lived, I've seen this a lot growing up. I know a lot of people it'd be two family members. It'd be the one who really started get to walk away.
Right.
Okay. I think the one that living is the one that really kind of started.
Okay.
Two brothers, and that's a good point. This kid is 5'6", 5'9", 130 pounds. These two white boys are 6'2", 225. That's not a fair fight. A knife is an equalizer. So,
that's right.
So I agree with your premise. Like, how was you scared? What you mean? How I'm scared? These two big medium rare eating cornbread country boys ran up on me. What I supposed to do? Like, and then if you look at Trayvon Martin, okay, he's 17.
Okay,
he's 17. So when we give him a fight, Trayvon Martin was, excuse my language, but I gotta say it this way, but Trayvon Martin was beating George Zimmerman ass.
That's right.
Our 17 was beating
and he had to pull out a weapon.
Okay, so you can't. Sometimes you can't win with these devils.
That's right.
Okay, why ain't the fight? Okay, 17-year-old Trayvon was beating his ass. I mean, mopping the floor with him, and then he shoot him.
Yep, right there.
In this case, you got two white boys. Come on, man. We talking about one white boy is 90 pounds bigger than him, and then the other twin, we talking about that's 200 pounds.
Okay.
Come on, man. So again, according to Texas law, how they like to brag and boast, so he did stand his ground. The only reason why I said manslaughter is because the other witnesses, they're too young and they can't really let out too much. And the other brother, he's the one. So just based on what was said, because Melo didn't really speak, and they did something illegal. I heard a lawyer said this, and I've been through the law, so I know how it goes. Right. Listen. During the whole time they was questioning him, they were supposed to read him his rights. And I will guarantee you, I'm gonna subscribe to this show, and I will call back.
Okay.
is gonna come out in the case. Now they're not gonna go along with it. But it does have. I was watching this other high-powered lawyer out of New York, small channel, but he was talking about it has grounds just to get thrown out because
That's right.
when you're arresting a minor, the parent has to be
Has
there.
to
But
be
if the
there.
minor starts talking, the cop is not gonna let the cop is gonna let you talk. Now they can do that, but at some point, they have to read you rights. I had a case thrown out like that before. They didn't read me my rights. I was young. They didn't read my rights, and I had to throw the case out.
Mm.
So I'm telling you, and that's applicable everywhere in America,
Yep.
all counties. So I will guarantee you that part. Now, do Texas and the white people go for it? I don't know.
They ain't got no
And
choice.
one more thing I'll say.
Okay.
Whenever I see these high profile cases, I always look up the lawyer and I look up, because lawyers is like a business. They get a
Correct.
1, 2, 3. Like the Mello family do got a 5-star lawyer. They got he's top of the line. So he's in good shape. And
Okay.
I'm gonna throw some. I'm gonna put another 10, 15, $20 to him.
That's
like,
right.
They support their KKK killers.
Come on now, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna go to calling me all the time, telling me what's going on, and then it's gonna be a daily conversation between me and you, because I like to sit and talk. They call me a chatterbox, but guess what? You see how I'm sitting here listening. You know why? Because I'm engaging with someone that's holding a conversation that makes sense on the level that it makes sense on. Whether we agree on something or not, the point of the matter is we can sit and have a conversation, and the conversation is what makes the difference. And sometimes when cases like this happen, they always throw it into black or white. But when I look at this, I don't see black, I don't see white, I don't see gray in between. I see straight up black. It's a black story because they made it a black story. But who's guilty? A bully. A bully who tried to bully someone and didn't know the reaction to bullying someone was going to end up on the other side. Same thing that happened with Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman, he bullied him. But the difference is Trayvon didn't have anything but his hands. Zimmerman was getting beat and he pulled out a weapon. The difference on this one here, you don't know what a person is already going through. He pulled out his weapon and he was done with it. Again, we both on this call are wanting to rest in peace the family. We want to rest in peace the deceased. But the reality and the facts still going to have to be spoken of. Do you really feel Carmelo Anthony was a murderer? Did he commit manslaughter? Did he commit a charge of bringing a weapon on the school premises? Or what's the opinion of him?
No, okay. Again,
Oh no, I wasn't talking to you. I was like really talking out loud. But go ahead.
Oh no, it's all cool now. I mean, I try to I got some religious principles.
That's right.
By, so like there's a difference between killing someone and
correct.
Murdering someone.
Thank you.
He didn't murder anyone.
That's right.
Now he did. The fact is he did take another human.
That's right.
Life, but in this country, there's provisions for taking someone's life.
That's right.
Make you not liable and
yep.
make you innocent.
Yep.
And just based on all the self-defense cases we've been seeing, okay, they always get the benefit out. I'm gonna give you one more story.
Okay.
It's a situation that happened and I'm gonna get back with you.
Okay.
It's a situation that happened in Pennsylvania. This black man, it's outside of Philadelphia. This black man, this case just got wrapped up. He killed a white boy, a white peckerwood, white supremacist. He just killed him.
Right.
He beat the case, and he beat the case. The black guy beat him. He beat the case.
Okay.
So, and this is out in Philadelphia. It's kind of liberal, but outside of Philadelphia, it's like real redneckish. So that black man beat that case in that redneck county.
Wow.
Next time I talk to y'all, I'll have the name information for you. He didn't use a knife. He used a gun. He killed him, and he beat it. Black man beat it. Walked right out that courtroom. All white jury and all white judge.
Damn right.
A racist little town in
Come on.
So, but again, I will say this: it's an important thing, and I heard only because when everybody watch YouTube sometimes and see different takes and perspectives. Because of my own past experience, I'm like, I'm gonna use myself as an example. When I was 15, I got caught with 2 guns, and they didn't read me my rights. I went to court with my mother and my grandfather. I walked right out. My
Right there.
lawyer, my mother was smacking me upside my head the whole time I'm going to court.
Right.
I walked right out of there. They said, first of all, he was a minor. Should have had his parents there. And then they said the most important thing is, throughout the police report, it has to be in that we read him his rights. Listen, ask anybody who talked to him in person. If you listen to any shows, not one time did they read that a Hispanic officer read Carmelo Anthony his rights. They're supposed to stop you and read you your rights.
Right.
That's grounds to throw the case. That's ground to throw the case out. So you will see if that lawyer gonna say, "Yo, throw the case out. Y'all didn't read him his rights." Whether you guilty or not. See me,
that's right.
I was guilty. I got caught with the 2 gun.
Right.
I got caught with him. Like I was 15, being fast and crackhead, had 2 guns. I gave him $40 a son and got caught with him the next day. I wasn't gonna shoot nobody. And I'm just
right.
A long time ago. I'm 42 years old.
Okay.
So a long time ago.
That's right.
I beat that case. So they have to read you your rights. And these are people that are always talking about we follow the law.
That's
the
right.
Law. Okay, now in this situation, so okay. And see, the problem is that we're getting better at the law. We're getting better at their trick language, and they don't like it. But what they do control that we don't have is they have the media. They can
That's
set
right.
the narrative, and they can set the narrative, and so I just think the young brother. Either way, I don't think he's in a bad case. And then look at the judge. She's a Republican, and they're calling her. They threatening her.
They don't know what to do with her.
You know what? Now, but check it out though. That's gonna help her out. Listen, at the end of the day, she has to have a level of decorum and be professional.
That's right.
But she's still a human being. She's still a human being. So guess what? She'd be like, you know what, man? These motherfuckers is racist and crazy.
She already know that.
She's been a judge for years.
She know that.
Yeah, but I'm sure she never been threatened before.
Exactly.
She being threatened. She like, oh hell no, I got something for them because the judge outruled the jury.
Yep.
The judge outruled all of that. Yeah, so that's my opinion, and this sets an example of that. Because let me tell you something, sister. I tell the women in my family, all the men in my family know this, and I don't really get a chance to talk to people. I don't know if you're in Florida or wherever.
I'm in Florida.
So any black woman, okay, these white supremacists or anybody like predators, they go after soft targets.
Yep.
You're a woman, you outside, have your mace, look around, pick your feet up when you walking.
Yep.
Don't even argue with other men, white and black. Don't even argue with a man. There's no such thing as a woman being a chicken or a punk. Just walk away. Because white dudes, they look for soft targets, and that's what these Metcalf kids did. They thought he was a soft target. Oh, look at this small little black kid, not knowing he's athletic and he about defending himself.
Right.
So they look for soft targets. That's in their DNA. They look for soft targets.
That's right.
They thought they had a soft. Yeah, you ever watched like the animal channels? The animal one up on.
Yep.
The animal thinking they got a free meal and
that's right.
Well,
that's right. Exactly. And you know what? I agree with you on that too. And I do know that Florida is one of those states where you get to stand your ground. And the one thing that I wanted to kind of reiterate was when you were saying that, the lawyers and stuff, state attorneys, what they had at one point was they had the fact that they had the news on their side. See, the difference with today's situations, we don't just have the news. We have social media. So I feel him going into this case because it's hitting national headline, and before it get better, it's going to get worse than that. Why? Because you're basically taking this back. From what I see, I'm taking this back to Trayvon Martin because it's the same difference in the opposite of what actually happened with Trayvon Martin. And I feel like this is going to be the next case, and a lot of white people don't like it, and they're definitely not going to hold themselves or this young man accountable, which is you need to hold yourself accountable. Why did you touch him from the beginning? It wasn't your business. If he was sitting there, what you needed to do was go and get the appropriate authority. See, what they got to do before we get to anything, before you get to anything, you got to define what happened to lead up to that. And if you put your hands on me, I got the right to defend myself if I feel like my life was at threat or being at jeopardy. And I think the fact that social media plays a role, because I did a video a few months back where the little black kid, they had the hurricane over in Brown, near the Tampa area over there, and the little black kid was walking through the neighborhood because he was trying to find phone service, and all of these white men jumped out the cars to like attack him and intimidate him. And guess what? He went live on them on TikTok, and when he went live, he changed the whole spread of the game, because every single one of those guys, I think most of them got fired. They went through a whole lot. I'm talking about they were in big time companies. They were sitting out there in $1.5 million homes, but they didn't think this black kid should have been out there. And the way they tried to take, I mean, they came by, it was at least 5 or 6 of him following him. But the point that I was making is social media is the new news coverage. And because social media is onto it now, it makes it a lot bigger, where we're not just watching it on one TV station when it come on this time of the night. No, we could watch it all damn day, over and over and over again. And this is where people really come from everywhere, and we're rallying. And this is where white people are getting upset, and I feel like they're wrong for that, instead of being held accountable. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, the first thing they to say, but what makes this black kid think that he could just move someone out the seat? See, they could say it when it's on the other foot. But when it's pertaining to them, then they see no logic. There's no logic, and there's no accountability on their end. But this time around, they're going to be held accountable. They're going to be held accountable, meaning they need to accept accountability on behalf of this young man, and they need to watch Carmelo Anthony walk. And that's what I'm going to say on that note. And you know what? I do hope that you call back in again. And listen, I don't know if you ever been to any of my men only lives, but come out to the men only lives. I believe you'll enjoy it.
I will check it out, because when I called in, I had turned my TV all the way down.
Okay.
And the way my YouTube thing, it just, so I got to get, because your channel, it just, when I came in the house, your thing was the first channel. Your broadcast was on.
Yeah.
What's the name of your channel again?
The name of my channel is Dee Dee Saiddit, DEE, and then another DEE. So DEE. Yep, SAIDDIT.
Okay, I have it.
So that you can pull up Dee Dee Saiddit, and don't forget the Saiddit has 2 D's in it.
All right.
And yeah, so go ahead and subscribe so you can get subscribe so you can get the notifications, because I know this is a hot topic, and I'll probably be pushing this topic every day or every other day. But I would like to see you come out to the Men Only Live and just introduce yourself. I promise you'll enjoy being there. It's probably the total opposite of what you're thinking. So just come on out and enjoy yourself.
Nah, it's all good. I'm going to finish watching the show, but thank you for having me.
Okay, you know what? Thank you too, and I look forward for you to call me back and give me some more tea on something, okay? Don't forget, I need the tea.
Oh. Yeah, I will. All right.
Okay. All right, talk to you next time. Bye-bye. How interesting was that? That was an interesting call. So he called in because he wanted to reference on this case. He said that he don't know which way he gonna go with it. He said he kind of swapped on it. You know, he's thinking manslaughter at the most. I'm thinking no slaughter. I'm thinking walk away, and if you're going to give me a charge, you give me a charge for bringing a weapon on the school premises. Because other than that, it's self-defense. This your girl Queen Dee Dee, yeah, with Dee Dee Saiddit. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything else, get to know me.